Hi everyone and welcome back. I'd like to show you a project that's been taking a considerable amount of my time recently. This is my old car. It's a Ford Falcon EL, which makes it about a 96 model, and I'm in the process of fixing it up to sell. I've done an enormous amount of mechanical work on this thing. Unfortunately, the body work has let it down. It looked pretty beaten and bashed in certain areas. These cars are notorious for having rust in the sills. I've been doing a whole pile of work on those. Actually, it's been going on for years, slowly but surely repairing them. But I've bitten the bullet and got down to it and finally finished it. So just thought I'd show you around on what I've been doing. Anyone who's ever done bodywork before knows it's really time consuming. I'm no expert at this, I'm quite the amateur, but I'm also a little bit of a perfectionist at times, so I keep sort of pushing my skill level a little further until I slowly get a good result. So I'll show you the back. I'm sure you would have noticed by now I've got some patchwork going on here. So there was actually quite a large dent right along this crease here. The crease was intact, but it was sort of quite deep in and went along that way, so that was all in. So I've fiberglassed that, smoothed it down, and it's looking pretty good now. Side guard, this had a rust hole. This part was gone. I've fiberglassed that. I didn't weld it because I didn't have a piece of that shape. It's not structural, it just needed to be put back sort of to the shape really, so I thought fiberglass would do the trick there. And after a lot of sanding and shaping and filling, it's starting to get a pretty good shape back to it now. So down here, the sills, it's painted black now, so it makes it kind of difficult to see, but I think you can see enough to tell that it's all there. And it's back together. I'll see if I can insert some photos, especially of, let's see if I can get the same angle. Where I had some pretty big rust. I've cut different pieces out all the way along here. Here, especially this bit here, there was rust in behind. When I cut it all out, I found more, of course. So that's all fixed now, and that's a huge relief. The next part that I'm going to look into is this section here. So when I bought this car, this was actually a project car, and when I got it, all this body work here, the doors were just, I don't know, they turned the corner too sharply, and there must have been a post there or something, and it just scraped all the way along the side of the car. This bit at the back was saved. This bit here was pretty rippled. You get a bit of a, there we go, that's giving you a bit of a profile there. This is etch primer. I've just brushed it on just to seal it because it kept surface rusting, and I don't know how well you better see that. This edge here is intact, but it dips in pretty savagely. Hard to get an angle. Hopefully you can see that. So this is sitting up, this goes right in. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge to get that done. And See, this whole section here is all, you can't get in behind there. And up behind here, actually that's double skin, it just comes in closer and then folds together under here. This is not too bad down here. I've tapped it a bit here just to bring some of the high spots down, and it's actually popped some of the low spots out a little bit. So I've made a little bit of a homemadey thing here. It's just a T-handle. I've put a self-drilling screw in the end, and I've made a little slide hammer arrangement. Lump of brass, hole in the middle. The idea, drill a small hole, roughly wherever the good spot is. Thread this in, like so, and just got to hold this with my knee, and then just sort of slide hammer action. I don't know, it's a little bit of a prototypey thing, so we'll see how well it works. I've got a drill bit that I think is about the right size, and I'm kind of going to commit now and start drilling holes. So far that bit works. Right. Oh, it's working. I might even be able to pull on that. There we go, that's working. All right. So we've got a bit of an aftermath here. Looks like I've been in some kind of gangster shootout or something. The holes all over the car. I would have preferred not to have drilled quite so many, but especially along the edge here, the double skin is so close that you can't, it's only about this deep and you're hitting the next skin. So, but I did manage to get a lot better shape going on here. There's no doubt I'm going to have to do a reasonable amount of filling, especially in here. I just couldn't get that out. That's right on that edge. So clean that up, put some fiberglass in there. Try not to use too much bog, but what do you do? Anyway, I'll show you more when I get there. This is what I'm using, fiberglass reinforcement filler. So this is the next day from me filling it, putting this fiberglass fill in. It's actually gone rock hard now, so I'm going to do a bit of sanding. I've got some 60 grit here, and hopefully that'll rip into it nicely. Right, let's get on with it. Okay, we've got a bit of smoothing off done now, and it's deficient here, about there, or somewhere here. So we've got to do a bit more filling in here. But all in all, well, it's a long process, so we've made a start. Okay, here we are for our second layer of fiberglass filler. I do intend to do the final adjustments, smoothing with normal body filler, Bondo, whatever you want to call it. But I want to get the basic structure, the basic filling done so that it gets the profile back. You can see there it's much better now. It is possibly slightly high in spots, but that's going to allow me to bring it down to the right height. It's not going to be perfect along there, but it's actually a lot. Try and get not too much shadow, much better along there than up here. Okay, we'll have a quick look at the finish. I started off with 800 grit, finished off with 2000, and I'll just try and get, you can see there, this is all primer, so you can see how good that finish is. Okay, this is the top coat I'll be using, and it matches the colour of the car, so we'll see how we go with it. Okay, so here we are, we have the finished product. You can see I've got this moulding back on now, so that pretty much completes it, and I'm really pleased with the outcome of that. The sun's on the other side of the car, so you can't get a true indication of how the paint come up, but looks straight enough to me. Quick look at the other side. The sun is actually out today. It's almost spring here. Of course, because I'm outside, I'm getting ambient noise, but that turned out really well. Okay. There's a little piece under here. Just a bit of a rust hole there, so that's all patched now. There's one on the other side, I'll just quickly show you that. We're here on the other side. Okay, I've got to put that rubber bung back in, but so that's all sorted now. Okay, next thing for this car is a good clean down, and we'll call that done. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, like and subscribe, and got more things to come, and I'll see you then. Bye.